Hello, all you beautiful people. We've been talking a lot about the AV club side of the Gutso Stop Smoking Protocol. I thought that I'd show you how everything goes together, or at least how I put everything together. Your mileage may vary because some of the pieces that I use aren't exactly like what's available right now, but I think that you'll be able to figure out easily enough where things go and how things plug in. First thing let's talk about is your headset. This is the one with the microphone on it, and it has two cables. It's got a cable for the headphone, it's got a cable for the microphone. The cable for the microphone has a little inline amplifier here. It takes two AAA batteries, and you're going to want to change those out at least once a month, possibly more, depending on how much you use them. I just use the cheapies that I get from the discount store. They work just fine. But this plugs in to the microphone in input here on the mixer. Now, you can screw around with your equalization if you want to. You don't really need to. I have a little bit. You just want to get the sound quality good. And you should, and I don't, have that panned straight up. Next is the stereo input that goes into line in 2 and 3, and it comes out as just a simple, sorry, I'm not doing this with any sort of gimbal or anything, just a simple 1/8 inch plug. And that gets plugged into the headphone jack of your phone, at least if you have an Android. If you have an iPhone and you want to use your phone as your external music source, you'll need to have some sort of a Bluetooth adapter. You can get those relatively cheaply pretty much anywhere you get your electronics, whether you get them from Best Buy, whether you get them from B&H Photo, whether you get them from Amazon. But this gets plugged into the phone. I use an app on my phone called Party Mixer. Now, you don't need to use anything fancy at all. Anything that will play music will work just fine. The thing about Party Mixer is that it allows you to play multiple tracks at the same time. This is helpful if you also use Sheila Granger's virtual gastric band program, because in session 1, there are places where you're supposed to play sound effects. And this lets me have one app playing multiple things. It lets me mix the volume back and forth. It lets me shift the speed if I ever wanted to do that. It really is designed as a DJ app, but it's free. And there are similar things for the iPhone as well. As I said, you can use whatever it is that you use, whether it's Google Music or something else, to play your music. But this goes in here. And again, you want your balance to be set straight up, and set your levels so that it's comfortable to listen to. I really don't use these. These are both in the up position, the CD tape buttons. I use the headphone output, not the main outs. I use the headphone output because it's a single 1/4 inch stereo jack, and this red cable runs into, whoa, sorry about that. That red cable runs into the headphone amplifier. And this is the power. Here on the left, this is the power. And then there are 4 inputs, or 4 outputs rather, for 4 headphones, and then the input coming in off of the little mixer right here. So you put that in here, and then you set your output levels, which should all be the same on these 4 knobs down here. Now, my headphones all are 1/8 inch, and the jacks on the back of the headphone amp are all 1/4 inch. Now, most headphones have a 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch adapter, and I've been using those. If you don't have enough, because you're going to need at least one for over here to plug your 1/4 inch microphone amplifier into your 1/8 inch mic amp into your 1/4 inch input, you'll need one there. You'll need one for each here, so you might want to just check and see what your headphones come with. If you need to buy some, they're cheap. They're like, I don't know, $4 for a set of 4. Maybe not even that much. Headphones. These are the headphones that your customers, your clients will be using. This is not the normal set of headphones that I use, but I just got done working with not a couple, it was 2 friends. They wanted to quit together. I think that's great. When I quit smoking with a buddy. And so because I forgot and left the mate to my good headphones at home, I used these. These are the headphones that come with the light and sound machine that I use. Yes, I have 2 of them. And so I used these so that I knew that whatever sound was coming out, it would be matched to both of them, and I could just do one set of settings. Now, this little cart here is something that I picked up at Michael's Craft Store. It was $30, but I got an online coupon and it came out to be like $20. You have to assemble it yourself, but it's just all screws and plastic caps and very easy to put together. I think I needed a screwdriver and an Allen wrench, and I think it came with both of those. The hooks that are on here I got from Amazon. They're self-adhesive. They're actually designed to go up over an edge, and I wanted to take that off. So I just cut that off with some sort of pocket knife, I think. And 2 of them stuck really well. The third one kept falling off and falling off and falling off. I replaced the stickum. I finally wound up using Gorilla Glue to get it to stick. And it does stick. It hasn't come off in quite some time. Please, dear God, don't let it fall off while I'm doing my little walkthrough. And just because I want you to see what I'm actually using here, this is where I see clients when I'm seeing them one-on-one. This is the headphones that I normally use for my clients. These are the Sennheisers that I included in the list that I posted to the group a couple of days ago. They're not expensive. I think they're less than $25 a pair, but they're really nice. They hold up really, really well. And I've had this pair for probably 2 years. I've got another pair that I've had for probably 5 years. They're more or less identical. These are the HD206s. I have the other pair, I think, is the HD204. And the only difference is I think it's purely cosmetic. But I'll use this instead of the foam rubber headphones. Although these foam jobbies here, they're really useful if you work with kids. Not for quitting smoking, probably, but if you use this audio system for anything other than quitting smoking, and where I'm at, it's kind of a noisy building. It's handy to just use it for everybody. These headphones here are smaller than these, and they work so much better if you're dealing with little people. I had a 10-year-old kid who I tried these on, and they were literally falling off his head. I switched him over to these for the next session. They were perfect. Anyway, that's it. That's how I do it. And your headphone amplifier and your mixer are both going to require wall power. And so I've just got this running right over here to a little power strip. I think I got it for free at Harbor Freight with a coupon, just because I needed a couple of extra feet. This is my multi-purpose room. I record video here. I show people videos here. This is where I show them Ken's pre-talk video. And once we once again start having classes live and in person, this is my classroom as well. I've got a whole bunch of chairs stacked up in the storeroom off of the lobby. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you got a sense now of how everything gets plugged together. And yeah, if I had to choose it to do it all over again, I'd probably go with a shorter cable than this red thing here. You can get cables in all sorts of different lengths. When I got this, it was before I got the cart, and I thought I was going to have things spread out a little more than I have them. I love this because this allows me to transport things from here over into the hypnosis room, setting it up next to the stop smoking chair, and I don't have to worry about dropping anything or any cables pulling out or anything unfortunate happening. And the reason why I have this is because a cable pulled out and something unfortunate happened, and I wound up having to replace my mixer and the power supply, which was problematic because, as I said, they don't make this particular model anymore. This is the Behringer Xenix 502, but you can find these things on eBay for cheap. This is where I got this one. And because I know that bad things may happen, there's another one just like this sitting in a box in my storeroom, ready to go into service in case something bad happens to this one, because something bad happened to the one I had before. That's about it. Hope you found this useful. Feel free to ask me any questions.